Brothers Motors, guys. Yes, y'all recognize this. 2015, I want to say. Jeep Cherokee came in with a check engine light. Now, P0128. Everybody pretty much know what that will lead to, right? Yeah, thermostat. So I had her bring it over. She didn't know whether she should tow it over or drive it over. I was like, make sure you got some coolant in that reservoir and simply drive it over. Okay, and I got the part. Yeah, she asked me what part should she bring. I told her my preference. Okay, y'all know what my preference is. Don't come over here with no damn German thermostat. All right, Mopar no car, baby. So yes, it don't matter what name on the thermostat, it's still going to be kind of difficult to get to. So now this, with this being a, I think 2015 model, this thermostat has gone through some changes, guys, with any part. I don't know why y'all think the original parts on cars are the same parts that's at the parts department now, sitting on the shelf. Just say this, 2015. We in 2025 now, so that's 10 years old. Do you actually think this thermostat that's on this car going to be the exact thermostat that's sitting on parts department shelves? Huh? Do you think that thermostat is exactly this thermostat? No, guys. Over time, over the years, car makers or car parts manufacturers will find reasons to slightly revise or update certain parts. Just about all parts. Okay, especially within a span of 10 years. Okay, so in fact, y'all see that? This part number right here ends in AD. Alright. Remember, AA, AB, AC, AD. So this has gone through maybe 3 revisions. Alright. This is not the same as that, and I guarantee you that is the original. I showed y'all in another video how to prep a tube for this. I got the tube down on that 10mm head so it won't turn, so I'm guessing it's in place. Alright, I let him slide on this one. Alright, this was a pain in the ass. Got this little drill right here. I'm gonna get this on here and see. Look, it's so weak. It won't even freaking. There you go. Yep, I think it's coming, guys. That's it. That was the last bolt. That was the last hurdle. Now y'all see this connector? We got to cut that off. We're not going back on with that style connector. We don't even have one. But as far as the tube, like I say, prep the tube. I'm so tired of losing 10mm, and this is a shallow 10. All right, so I taped it to my extension. All right, so if it fall, it's not going to fall because it's taped up. I'm tired of losing these to this type of job. All right, so if once you finagle that down there on that bolt, yeah, you can easily grab your ratchet and then unscrew it from that point. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna go back in with that same 10mm bolt. Okay, I got a lot of bolts from that bracket. I'm gonna go in with all 8s. All right, this will give me a little bit more leverage room to install that. Yes, don't go in without any bolt, guys. I don't care how hard it is. Make sure you put all 4 bolts. Put 4 bolts on here. Okay, it don't have to be the same one. The threads are all the same. But yeah, here we go. I got it out, guys. Now let me find a way to get this down. I'm gonna have to just cut that off. We're going on with a tensioner clamp of some sort. I don't know, this is not plastic, so I could get away with a worm clamp. All right, remember, tensioner clamps are really useful for if you're attaching it to a plastic, piece. All right, but this is not technically plastic, so I might can get away with a worm clamp. If I can't find a tensioner clamp this size, I'm just gonna use a worm clamp. All right, guys, that's all I have. I don't want this to be no long video, but yeah, prep your tool as such, especially so you won't lose it. All right, let me finish this job. JT way. Now let's get it, man. First, remove the engine cover. We want to get the engine cover out of the way. Okay. Next, what we need to do, and the very important thing to do, is remove the battery terminal. That's right, we don't need no electricity running through the system while we do this. And next, what we want to do is remove the PCM. Get it out your way. It was completely in my way. I don't need any kind of distraction or any kind of computers in my way while I do this. But I want you to remember something, man. This bolt over here on this side of the PCM have a ground strap, so please don't forget to put that back on. So let's get the PCM totally out of the way. All right, now we need to remove some of the electrical connectors. Anything you can see that's electrical, we got to get it out the way. Let's release this quick connect right here to remove this water hose right here. I hope you got a bucket under the bottom because you're gonna lose some coolant. All right, this is if you haven't removed the coolant in the first place. Okay, we got that hose out of the way. Next, what we want to do is I'm gonna need a set of pliers for this, man. I had to get some pointed type pliers. So I gotta reach down in there and slowly but surely push in the terminals so we can remove this hose right here. Okay. Next, what we want to do is time for the oil pump to come off. I mean the vacuum pump. We got to get the vacuum pump out the way. It's held on by 3 bolts, ladies and gentlemen. Let's remove all 3 bolts. That would make it easier to remove. Alright, after the last bolt out, just simply wiggle the vacuum pump back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until you get it out. Alright, let's lay that thing to the side because we will need it later during reassembly. Alright, now it's time to release. Oh, I got a poppy pop right there. That's okay. No damage done. Now we got to remove the connector off the coolant temp sensor. Next, what I'm about to do, that's the thermostat housing, ladies and gentlemen. That's the thing we're chasing. That's what we got to get removed. Okay? But it's a 10mm bolt right down there holding a bracket that's also holding a water hose. And once we get the water hose out the way, we simply grab your 10mm socket and remove this 10mm nut. It is in my way. Okay? Now that we got that out the way, what are we doing next? What are we doing next? So we simply reposition the bracket. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what's next? What's next? What's next? Okay. Radiator hoses. We need to get that out the way, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, grab a pair of pliers, remove it out the way, then get you a hose pick so you can break the seal loose off the hose. That would make the hose easier to remove, like this. Again, I hope you got a drain bucket under the bottom. We got that out the way. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we want to do now is start removing the thermostat housing bolts. As you know, there is 4 of them, okay? The top 2 tins are real easy. Once you get this bracket, get all the bolts off the bracket because you will not be able to remove the bracket just yet until the thermostat is all the way loose. Now, I grabbed me a 6-inch, 1/4-inch extension, a 12-inch extension, and here's my swivel socket sets I'm going to use. But first, a little trickery I want to show y'all. This is something I learned a long time ago. Grab your extension. Let's get this 8mm bolts off first, okay? They just seems to be the easiest because the hardest one is the 10mm on the bottom right. These 2 here are easy. You got a 5/16 holding a little bitty bracket on it, all right? And once that, like I said earlier, man, you cannot remove this bracket just yet. The thermostat have to be loose, okay? So let's remove the bottom left 8mm bolt. Let's get it out the way, all right? And now it is time for, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, I got to get that nut out of there. I got it out. It is time for some trickery, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you a little trick I learned a long time ago. Put your swivel socket on there on your extension. What we want to do is tape this thing up because we do not want to lose this expensive 10mm max socket that I have right here. So what I'm going to do is completely tape it to my extension. I mean, tape it real good. I will not lose this socket. I will not lose another 10mm socket doing a thermostat on the 2.4. Now, the hardest part is positioning the 10mm socket with your extension. We're going to make sure it connects to the 10mm bolt. That is the hardest part of the complete job, ladies and gentlemen. All right? You got to finagle your hand. You got to find a way to get it in there. You got to find a way to make sure it contacts the socket. Once you figure that out, grab your ratchet, simply screw the 10mm out. That is the hardest part of the whole complete job. Do not lose it. You don't want to drop the nut, so you could simply hang on to the extension, reach down under there, grab the socket, and slowly but surely pull your extension and hopefully the nut out at the same time, just like this, ladies and gentlemen. That was not easy. That is the hardest part of the whole job. The rest of the way is pretty simple. Now let's get this bracket off of the thermostat housing, because once we do that, ladies and gentlemen, removing the thermostat housing will be pretty easy. But we got one more hurdle we got to cross, okay? Now that I got the thermostat housing off of the cylinder head, I can now move this bracket. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's up to you if you want to reuse this bracket or not. I suggest you do. I don't think they put any parts on a car for no purpose at all. It has to be on for a purpose. All right, so this last little hurdle is this pin. This pin right here is holding this coolant hose onto the thermostat housing. So take your pick and slowly but surely release the pin out of its secured place, but you don't want to drop the pin, ladies and gentlemen. So be very extremely careful. Reach down there and grab the pin with your hand and bring it up. Now you can simply remove the hose from the thermostat housing. And voila, there you have it, people. The thermostat housing on a 2.4 liter multi-air engine. This can be found in the Jeep Cherokee 2.4 liter, like I say. That's it, man. You simply open your brand new, hopefully it's a brand new thermostat housing. It comes complete with the thermostat already in it. Simply reverse the removal procedure and you are home free, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want this video to be long. I jumped right into it, so I'm going to jump right out of it. Thanks for watching, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.